We have 3 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 10 bar muscle ups, and 10 strict handstand push-ups.
So we cut the run out of the video just so we didn't bore you to death because you had been looking at nothing. So I finished the run a little bit earlier than Annalise. This workout was originally as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes of a 400-meter run, 10 muscle ups, and then 10 strict handstand push-ups. But it just felt like an unnecessary extra amount of reps, and also we feel like a lot of people would have got caught running an extra 400 with like no time left. So we decided to change it to a rounds for time workout. So in the video you can see Annalise is doing jumping bar muscle ups and I'm doing regular bar muscle ups. You want to talk a little bit about the scaling change?
Right, so we started with the jumping bar muscle ups, but if you guys watch, I go probably double Joey's speed on the muscle ups, especially later in the workout. So what we're going to have you guys do is either 10 bar muscle ups, cut the reps in half, or we're going to do burpee pull-ups / burpee jumping pull-ups, depending on your ability level.
Yeah, so the people who are doing bar muscle ups, you shouldn't be doing singles tomorrow. If you're doing the set of 10, you should be able to do that in 2 breaks or 1 break. So I did 6 and 4. I can do over 10 bar muscle ups unbroken, so I decided to break it up just because you have to realize you're doing a pressing movement after, so your arms are going to be dead. If you're someone who's like an intermediate athlete and you can do like 2 to 3 unbroken bar muscle ups, rather than doing 10 per round, you'll cut the reps down to 5, and you can do 2, 2, 1 or 3 and 2, but you really should be cycling the reps tomorrow. Unless it's like a special case where you really want to work on that specific skill. It's just gonna slow you down a lot.
All right, so the handstand push-ups. So a few options for tomorrow. We have strict handstand push-ups, so we can keep the reps to 10. We can go 1 ab mat stacked or 2 ab mats stacked. No more than that though. The reason we're not doing the box drill that I did was because a lot of people do it wrong after a while because they get lazy, so they're not putting their head in the right place, or they're not walking their hands far enough back, or a lot of different things. So what we're going to have you guys do instead is 20 dumbbell strict press. So you guys will find a moderate weight for that. You should not be able to do more than 10 in a row of those strict presses, so you should have to break them up.
Yeah, so this is our second round. As you guys can see in this part, Annalise is able to just jump up and down. And we've been programming bar muscle ups a lot in the last few weeks, just because we're trying to develop better, drills and skills and better scaling options. So with this option, most of our athletes are going to be doing kind of what Annalise is doing, where they're kind of just bobbing up and down. And as you can see, I'm keeled over with my hands up, my elbows on my knees, and Annalise is kind of recovering during this part.
Yeah, that was the easiest part for me.
So yeah, that's why we're going to spend a lot of time during tomorrow's class drilling the bar muscle up and doing the skill. But the whole point of scaling, guys, is to give you guys the feeling that the RX athlete is having while they're doing this workout. So for me, this is getting my heart rate really, really high, whereas you can see Annalise kind of recovered there. So that's the reason that we're putting burpee pull-ups or burpee jumping pull-ups, because one, it's going to be similar rep cycling time, so that the timing will work out, but you'll also probably be bent over, gasping for air like I was here. And then just to kind of elaborate too on the strict handstand push-ups, if you want to do the RX handstand push-ups, you can see that my head is going to like a really thin mat. I'm not going to an ab mat. So that would be the prescribed version. That extra like 1.5 inches makes a huge difference, but you really need to have the strength and stability to do that. Whatever scaling option you choose tomorrow, make sure it's something that you can do like 4 in a row for your first set, or you're just going to take way too long to do the workout. So make it a little too easy to start because you're going to get pretty tired. Yeah, at this point, you could see she's like kind of pulling away easily. And the reason we're getting away from what she's doing, like we said, is this drill it's a good skill transfer drill just so you can kind of deload the shoulder and work on the positions of the strict handstand push-up. But Annalise is not really struggling that much.
No.
And a strict dumbbell press is going to give her a lot more of the feeling that I have. So we like the dumbbell press because you're pressing an object over your head. Having the 2 dumbbells too makes the stability factor a lot more awkward. And it's going to become more of a core exercise than what Annalise was doing, which is what we're kind of looking for to simulate that strict handstand push-up.
Right.
So we both finished our second round here. And now you can see Annalise is taking the lead. Bastard.
First few runs he had me, but...
Yeah, I was trying to kind of run really hard because I knew she'd be able to beat me here. I'm interested to do this in the future and have you do either real muscle ups or burpee pull ups and see.
We'll do real muscle.
See how it. Yeah, you guys can see this is kind of like her.
It's like a joke for me at this point.
And most of our athletes are at the point where, you know, after experimenting with this the last 3 to 4 weeks, a lot of our athletes are unable to do this with the bar set higher than their eyes. As you can see with Annalise standing at the bar, it's like chin height, and this is kind of the byproduct that we see every week. So that's why we're going to be switching it up this week to a burpee pull-up or a burpee jumping pull-up. So this is our third round?
Yeah.
Okay. So just from an expectation standpoint too, you're going to be standing around a lot more. You can kind of see us like walking and pacing, and you know, I even walked over and changed the music a few times just because this isn't the type of workout. This isn't like Fran where you're like hammering and moving as fast as you possibly can. That's kind of what the run is for. But these are very high skill, high strength movements. So we want to make sure that we have good technique and that we're not like doing anything sketchy. If you are doing the burpee pull-ups, then you're going to be somebody that's going to have to kind of hammer that movement because it's a long cycle time. So you're going to have to just keep moving. But that's kind of why we're making that the scaling option.
Yeah, you definitely want to take breaks. Don't go to failure.
Yeah, like you might even want to break up your burpee pull-ups.
Yeah.
So like 6 and 4, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 3. Just have a game plan going into this workout because it's all shoulders and upper back. So your arms and shoulders are going to be completely fatigued.
Yep. Even on the run, I could feel my shoulders. I had to like flop around with my arms.
On the way out on the run, I literally like couldn't bend my arms. Yeah. I would just let my arms like flop.
This thing, like.
Yeah. So, yeah, they got really hard. This workout, time-wise, is going to probably take people, what did it take you, like 16 minutes, 17 minutes?
Well, so I almost finished my 4th round in the 20 minutes.
Okay. So you left for your run probably around 16 minutes.
Yeah. We can double-check the time after.
Yeah. Yeah, so figure this workout. We want this workout to take between 15 and 20. Yeah. We don't want this workout going over that 20-minute mark tomorrow. That's we would rather you guys scale the rundown rather than doing the full 400 just because Wednesday we had people going over that 20-minute mark. So we really want to keep this workout between 15 and 20. That's really the most important thing with tomorrow's scaling.
All right.
So let's see.
And one of my pieces of advice, if you're coming in, if you're doing the burpee pull-ups, is come in from the run and just go right down to the floor and start moving. If you start to stand around, you're going to, legs are going to burn up, your heart rate's going to go up, and you're not going to want to go down for that burpee. Yeah,
that's a good point. I always try to get into my muscle-ups pretty quick. The muscle-up and the burpee pull-up are a lot more like conditioning movement. The strict handstand push-up and the dumbbell press is something that you're going to need a game plan for from the start. So my goal was to do 4, 3, and 3 every set. I'm pretty sure I might have failed that though on this 3rd round. I think I had to start doing like 1s or 2s. But
by the end,
if I had started at 5 or more, I would have started failing reps in like the 2nd round. So as you guys can see, I'm dying, and Annalise is on her run.
My 4th round.
Yeah. So there are some athletes in the gym that are much better at strict handstand push-ups than me. So I expect, I think some people will definitely finish this workout at like 15 minutes. But yeah, this is where I went out. I still had more.
Yeah.
Changed the music.
But you got to take breaks, otherwise you're just going to fail a
Yeah,
handstand push-up.
yeah. I feel like that's one bad thing in CrossFit is that people think that if you're not constantly moving, that you're like not doing good. But there's a huge difference between like a cardio workout and like a strict strength type of workout.
Right.
You're gonna get your cardio on the run. Please take your time when you're doing the dumbbell press or the strict handstand push-up. Yeah, so I go to singles here. I think I have one more. But yeah, I could have went for that second rep, but
if you fail,
if I failed, then I wasted a lot of energy, and then it would probably take me twice as long. Yeah, so that's where I finished. It was originally an AMRAP, so Annalise came inside and did a little bit extra, and then I did a little bit. I did the run. That was it.